In today's monitor market, there are a ton of options. You have 1080p, 1440p, 4K, you have 21:9 ultra-wide monitors, the list goes on. And for the last 6 months, I've been using an ultra-wide 34-inch curved monitor from LG, and recently I decided to switch it up and give a 4K monitor a try, and that's what I did. You can see it sitting behind me, and long story short, 4K has really impressed me. Now, I did a whole dedicated video comparing 4K monitors to ultra-wide monitors from more of an experience standpoint and just what the different form factors have to offer. And you can check out that video by clicking the card on screen now, but this video is a dedicated review of this specific 4K monitor from BenQ. And it's coming from the perspective of a video editor and video producer and a student. Starting with a look around the monitor, it definitely has an industrial design. Around the 32-inch 3840 by 2160 display is a fairly thick plastic black bezel, but it doesn't look out of place, and I'm just happy it doesn't have a horrible glossy finish. And not only does it offer a 10-bit panel with 100% sRGB color coverage, it's also an IPS panel, so you have extremely accurate and detailed colors accompanied by really superb viewing angles without color distortion. And color accuracy is a really important thing for video producers. If you spend hours color correcting a video, it doesn't matter if your monitor isn't displaying the correct colors. Those hours will go to waste. So the extreme color accuracy of this monitor is a big reason I chose this specific model. On the bottom right of the monitor, there's a set of 5 touch-sensitive lights that are used to control the on-screen menu system, and then a power button to the right of that. And on the right side of the monitor, you'll find a headphone jack, 2 USB 3 pass-through ports, and an SD card reader. And then kind of to the side / behind that, like further onto the back of the monitor, you'll find a mini display port, regular display port, 2 HDMI ports, and a DVI port. And that SD card reader is so underrated. USB SD card readers generally aren't that great. I mean, I've went through probably 3 in my time on YouTube. Has been a couple years, but going through 3 still and having to buy new ones is annoying. And having it built into the monitor is really convenient to use, and it has really fast transfer speeds. Over on the bottom of the back, you have USB 3 in, mini USB out, 3 USB 2 ports, another headphone jack, and your power port. Just above that, you have a connection for the stand, which does use standard VESA mounting, but this stand is so impressive, there's really no need to replace it. And I really mean that. I always used to use a third-party desk monitor mount that attaches to your desk and goes onto the VESA. I use the Ergotech Freedom Arm, but this stand provides all the functionality I really need in a stand, and it doesn't look half bad, so I figured I would just use it. It has the typical swivel, tilt, and height adjustment, but it also has the pivot functionality so you can easily put it in a vertical position. Definitely a robust stand. And it also has a little cutout for cables so you don't have to see the cables go behind your desk. And that's it for the physical tour of this monitor. The only thing I didn't mention is this little remote it comes with. It has a bunch of buttons, and what it's used for is to navigate between the different screen modes of this display. And I don't really use it because I don't need it that much, but it does come and it just fits in the bottom and the base of the monitor stand, which is nice to have. And what do I mean by screen modes? Well, one of the big advantages of this BenQ monitor is it comes with presets already that lower the blue light coming into your eyes, and there are different modes depending on the task you're doing. A lot of you know that blue light is what hurts your eyes and keeps you up at night, so BenQ built in several modes that reduce a certain amount of blue light depending on that task you're doing. I used to use a program called f.lux on my computer, but now whenever I need to reduce that blue light, if it's late at night or something, I can just do it through the monitor itself. And I could install that little remote, but I never got around to it. And they also advertise the zero flicker technology, which is a little harder to understand. So basically, with a normal monitor, it flickers at a very, very high rate, so you can't see it flickering, but they say that it still agitates your eyes. And this monitor has no flicker, or it flickers so fast it doesn't even agitate your eyes. I mean, I can't really verify that or prove that it's correct or not correct, but it didn't hurt my eyes at all, so that's that. And now onto the more opinionated section of this review. I love this monitor. It's a large, color-accurate 4K display for less than $1,000, and that alone is enough to warrant my purchase, and the extra features like an SD card reader and a really nice stand are just icing on the cake. So what's 4K like? It's like the gods of video sweep down into the earthly realm and blow soft kisses upon your eyelids as you bask in the glory of 8,294,400 pixels on a single display. No, not really, but it does look great when you're watching 4K or just really any video on this display, and it's great for productivity. With all that screen real estate, you can fit everything you need to on the screen and then some. Like when I'm editing video, I can fit a full 1080p preview in the corner while still having enough room to edit comfortably. That's dope. And there are built-in speakers in the monitor. I wouldn't put too much trust in them. I mean, realistically, if you think about it, their target audience for video producers, they kind of expect like high-end video producers to already have nice speakers to go along with it. So these speakers will do the job and you will be able to hear from them and they won't sound horrible, but they're not going to be like good reference quality sound. Just for the hell of it, here's a sound comparison from the monitor compared to my M-Audio AV40s. First, from the monitor. And now the AV40s. Obviously it's a huge difference, but that's to be expected. And that's gonna wrap up my review for this 4K monitor from BenQ. I really love this monitor, and originally I expected I would want to go back to an ultra-wide monitor, but that's not the case. I'm very happy with this, and I will definitely be keeping it for the foreseeable future until something newer and better comes out. Maybe this year, maybe next year, I don't really know. And in this whole review, I kept it based on my personal usage scenarios and things I can talk to from experience. Like, this monitor is advertised to be really good for CAD developers that are engineers and like people designing things in CAD, but I didn't talk about that because I don't use CAD. So I just kept it to things that I talk about and I use so I can speak from experience, because that's the whole point of a review. Thank you for watching, subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.